okayfm 101.7.
Yankwa Owura Andy Kankam eye editor Emma Informer Democrata Aglandi mi mwachi now want to say
Kwame at the party there asida and at the more board there should be amponyankopon
and I wouldn't see and I would timidity and now share NPP Manifesto lunch Nisama Dr. Mahmoud Baumia edituja some of the highlights ultimately
Kwame that's media make sure for Kwame Mitie because we all contribute to this whole process, and I mean governance. We are also some key part of the key stakeholders in this whole architecture. So, and so yes, Mr. The Vice President and Standard Bearer of the ruling party, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the two Yebe Bobomu, and she said, and some of the two Jano, and the national development planning agenda and a policy. Bobrana, I mean, I've always maintained that these party manifestos must align with the national development agenda of this country. Otherwise, we cannot breathe life into the chapter 6 of the 1992 Republican Constitution of this country, which is under the principle of what? State policy, the directive principle of state policy. There was a party manifesto aligned with the NDPC and a minor development agenda. I don't think that a party will come into power and say that I have to abandon a project here, I have to also do something to show off and blah, blah, blah. So, yes, I heard the Vice President making that promise that some amendments will be due to some relevant acts to ensure that party manifesto will be aligned with that of the NDPC. Yeah, I've grabbed a copy, I'll fetch a copy of what he presented. We'll interrogate it so as to help Ghanaians make informed decisions. I think, sir, in a couple of weeks, the NDC will also outdoor or unveil there. Yes, having that of the youth manifesto last week. All I want to say is, listen, nobody is going to sacrifice this country on the altar of political power because you want to win power, and so you want to make some promises that you cannot redeem. We'll interrogate whatever they put out. Said they are Ghana for. We'll make some decision. It's about Mother Ghana. It's about building a better Ghana, devoid of one's race, religion, let me say financial status in society. With that class society, yes, you cannot take it out. My Mudia, Obibe was Sikachenia. See how Kwame was Sikachemi. But send me Unia. That is it. But given the resources of state, we must entrust the resources of state into the hands of which means I use it judiciously to the benefit of all. Where in the 21st century, Ghanaians will not be drinking from the sole source with animals. Where in the 21st century, our kids, brothers and sisters will not be sitting on a bare floor in the class. That is what saddens me. And so when people get the opportunity or the privilege to serve this country, and they think that they are the best that has happened to this country, they must revise their notes and say this to the Marines. I mean, in the couple of weeks, yes, some of us will be done with some, and then we'll come to the space proper to also contribute very well. discussions, no, the new Canada, anytime about family, if the studio will come and help, say, yeah, we are on fire 6 quadrants. But as a young drunk mama and from Daniel Quiet, it's about the well-being of the people of this country. But as yet, our people are struggling to put body and soul together. If we want to go and let leaders who will help this country, we are not going to let them to come, satisfy their whims and caprices and just get away with it. No. We will also try our part and put our leaders to their feet in terms of accountability. So, Kwame, yes, in the coming days, weeks, months, yes, political parties, they will come out with promises. It's up to us as media practitioners, governance experts, security analysts, and whatever, all social commentators, all in the space. I mean, you just read a text. Okay, I'm free. You are the best. Yes, it's because you inform, educate, and entertain people. Issues that let me say the sun fails to reveal, the okayfm will put it out. So, yes, manifesto. No, we'll delve into the manifesto. We'll ask the critical questions, and answers must be provided. It's not going to be the normal talk show, the normal rhetoric and whatever. No. Then at the end of the day, no, kind of women will say, oh, giving the opportunity to candidate A and now B, no. And in this case, the track records will also help. The track records of all the candidates, what they have said in the past, what they've done in the past. And so we'll just support these things and help Ghanaians to come out with the best of decisions.
Now, Mami Shay, and Yama baby issue of governance, our boss so say, where we say election of DCs, no, any MCs, no, Ebebaso, issue of tax, say, Wabema tax amnesty. Now, you start on a clean sheet, will be out there, a bank biano, bra, the engine a fay, port on some or resist some for education, and Yama be bring, say, what from send it to you.
Well, and now I'm man in here, but if I heard you right,
yeah,
you were talking about tax amnesty.
Sure.
I mean, I think your tax competition is very stressful. And you see, something ought to be done about it. Something ought to be done about it to make our ports attractive once again. We are losing it to our neighboring Togo. The Lomé port is just becoming so busy because of the what? Taxes are mutia and the cumbersome process that people go through in filing tax. And I heard the vice president saying, listen, we are going to harmonize it and make sure, sir, by the click of a button, it is done. I mean, that is what we want. What they are there. And some of the taxes now, yes, if you do some small business, newspaper, where you giving some small adverts, I won't go to tax like 21% too. And then wait, and I wait, and I'm breaking it down. Into more funny in a moment. Now I'm cutting your coach tax. VAT now you have quarter, you have 15%. Now what you tell me on I and I think that Waka family, we've all been to the class, we've all gone through the books. Tax avoidance, yes, is illegal when you are able to use systems to manipulate it to your advantage in businesses. Tax avoidance is not illegal. It is a evasion that the state will have a problem with you. And in order to encourage people to pay tax, yes, it's a tax system, it shouldn't have a toll on people like that. Very difficult when they do business and at the end of the day, tax is discounting, it's not healthy. I'm not saying that we shouldn't pay tax, but you do it, Because business kakra sika kakra be kama me so maybe are running business no and to not go into the tax. If we are able to do that, there will not be any tax avoidance and so forth. And Kwame, you see, I continue to say this, and I say it to the glory of God and to the memory of the late President John Evans Asamoah. You know, the work that the Professor Albert Kojo Fiajo's commission did, that 10-member committee, right, about reviewing the Constitution, carrying the white paper now, saying, as a president, he's prepared to pay tax on his monument, salary, So if the president of the republic says that he's prepared to pay tax, who am I? And he can come not to pay tax. So leadership by example. So our leaders too, you see, going forward, our leaders too must tell us, those who are benefiting, those Article 71 office holders, those who are benefiting, they should tell us that they are also prepared to pay tax on their emolument and salary. President Mills, it is captured in there. Kwame, and me imported the white paper more. It is in there that when the commission approached him for his comments, also yes, I am prepared to pay tax. So this is just food for thought for those vying to assume the highest office and to the two major front runners. They should tell us something in that regard, whether they are also prepared to pay tax on their emoluments and salaries. They should tell us. But Kwame, I can tell you, I know where you see the volume of information about her. As for our tax system, the tax regime currently, it is not helping businesses. And in fact, something ought to be done. And so if all the, the standard bearers are making promises, the political parties are making promises, we would also have to interrogate it and see those that are practicable, right? And yes, just to throw that into the eyes of the people because you want political power. The time, those days are past. We interrogate it, and when we realize that it is something that is just a political gimmick, just to hoodwink the people of this country and get power, listen, we expose you. That Amagana, you won't know a bush and Fodia, and it won't be run like that. So, Kwame, I think we'll be looking at this. The Galamsey issues, how our resources of state will be, natural resources, our forests, our water bodies, how will they be protected, right, from the ravages of Galamsey in Asifo? Because I'm a Macau, Uframia, member, I'm a Yabubu, so that with our collective responsibility, we all build a better Ghana that we want.
Mame na was son of pay.
Kwame, say akaba ko ha ekwan. You must redeem your promise.
Mate.
Amen. Go.
And it's redeemable. Amen. Around the Kankam here editor, Edima Informer Democrat, I know I train come okay 101.7 so in
okayfm 101.7